Hey there, my name is Chase Reeves, and this is the Invisible Backpack. Let's get into it! Finally, more of a street fashion sort of look for a bag. This one comes from PX, a company of a couple designers out in Europe, I believe in the UK, who have a strong aesthetic towards doing more with less. We're gonna get into that big time here. This is their Invisible Backpack 3. They have 3 versions of this bag, each one a little bit different configuration, different size, and things like that. Now, this is a 22-liter bag. Okay, and I would call it a sort of largish daily carry bag with, again, the sort of slick, more fashionable street vibe to it, or a small single bag travel bag. I think you could do single bag travel with this thing if you're a ninja, and I have been known to be a ninja when I go on longer trips, packing extremely minimally, surprisingly a lot of room in this bag. Okay, there's a lot of things I actually want to get into on this bag, specifically sort of the configuration of pockets and the ethos of the design, but let's get a couple of the specifics out of the way first. First of all, this bag is quite comfortable. It's a small bag, so you can't fit a lot in there necessarily. It's never gonna be that heavy, and as you put it on, you'll notice these straps are quite fat. They're quite big, and it's nice, it's comfortable. There's not a chest strap here to hold your things together, and I haven't found that I miss that too much, though it is kind of nice when you snug something down, you know, and just rip and pull it nice and tight. But you don't have that on this bag, and honestly, I don't miss it that much. The straps are wide enough, and the bag itself on the back has a kind of, I don't know, a soft, padded vibe back here that is similar on the inside of the straps. It means it doesn't slide around like the nylon would just on your clothing. All in all, these straps are very simple, no frills, no thrills, and I like it that way. It's not a big bag. We don't need some sort of massive, harness system here. So the bag itself is comfortable enough for moi. Number 2, they claim this bag is weatherproof, and I'll go with it. It's weatherproof-ish, okay? One of the biggest things here is that the fabric itself has this nice sort of durable, slick nylon vibe to it. If you pour water on it, it just runs right off. This doesn't absorb water at all. So first and foremost, the whole thing's made out of something that doesn't absorb water. And then secondly, the main zipper here has a rubberized outside finish. These are YKK size 5 zippers, which is, I've noticed to be fine. They're fine because none of the zippers are actually holding a ton of the weight of like if you're throwing a bunch of stuff into this bag, it's not a zipper that's gonna be stretching to hold it all together because your zipper's just at the top here. Again, can't wait to show you all where the pockets are and things like that. So this nylon polyester blend and the rubberized zipper on top gives them enough courage to call this thing weatherproof. I would go with that. If I was in a tsunami in Southeast Asia, I'd be a little worried about my stuff inside, but I wouldn't be all that worried because I'd be in Southeast Asia and I hope I didn't bring a bunch of bull crap with me. Okay, so it's comfortable, it's weatherproof-ish, and it is clean. All right, the aesthetics, the style on this bag is really, really well thought through. Now, if you don't like very clean, simple, minimal bags, then you're probably not a huge fan of this. But as some old philosopher said, I'm sorry, I did not have time to write a short letter, so this one is going to be long. These guys, on the other hand, had time to make the short letter, had time to think through their thoughts, had time to simplify and minimize until just the best and the necessary things are left. Okay, that's the whole ethos for this bag. To do more with less, to keep a bag extremely simple and as out of the way as possible. Their goal is you don't spend a lot of time faffing about with your bag, you're just on to what the bag helps you enable you to do. And I think they pull it off pretty well. So this is a bag with an aesthetic, sure. Clean, black, simple, modern, street, London. It's got a very London vibe, doesn't it? So it's got an aesthetic, But it's got more than that. It has an ethos. It has a sort of a principle. It has a philosophy of life. And that you get communicated to you by the way the bag works, the pockets themselves, as well as the fact that there doesn't seem to be any zippers or anything in here. They're all hidden in creases. Here's a zipper right there. Here's a zipper over here. The top has a zipper that goes around like so. And then there's another zipper on the back side. I'm gonna show you all these right now. So, first we've got this little water bottle pocket on the side here. You can just see the outline of the water bottle in here. Nothing visually that kind of shows it's in there, but it's just a side zipper pocket that, you know, has like a little nylon on the inside. You put your water bottle in there. You get your water bottle in there, and then you zip it up. You zip it up. Water bottle pocket. On the other side, so here's your water bottle pocket. On this side is your laptop pocket, okay? Fits up to a 15-inch MacBook laptop type thing. Felt nice padding on the inside. It's not raised off of the ground at all. I mean, except for, actually kind of is a little bit, because the bag is a little bit floppy. We'll get into that later. But all in all, I think the protection's fine. It's nice and soft and smooth. I really wish I could crawl into there. You know what I mean? Just kind of get wrapped up in a little blanket of felt or whatever this is. Okay, 15-inch laptop. Just hidden right there, nice in the side. Here's the only branding on the bag, by the way. This little, cute little invisible backpack by PX. Like it. Looks nice. Okay, water bottle on this side, laptop on this side. You're gonna have to like try to remember where these things are, because when you're in the wild with this sucker, like, you're like, wait a minute, where is that again? Then, as you're looking at the front of the bag, on this side, there's another little zipper on the front. This is like a document pouch. It is just simple. There's nothing in here besides just like a divider for documents, for throw your sweater in here, throw something, whatever you want can go in here. It doesn't have dimension in the pocket itself. It's just flat. So I would recommend keeping that for paper and iPads, potentially, something like that. But it is on the outside of the bag, so it's kind of unprotected. So I wouldn't put an iPad Pro or something in there on the outside because it's a little too unprotected. Okay, that's the front left of the bag. The front right of the bag is where a lot of the magic starts happening. Okay, because on this pocket, again, another just open panel, right? Except for there are some, or just by some, I mean 2 little pockets in here. All right, they're zippered up. This is what we would call our sort of, this is the best thing we have for like a quick access pocket. It's not very quick. I always like to have a little pocket that I can throw my sunglasses and headphones in. I'm getting at those all the time, right? This is where the best place I've found to do that in this bag. So I have to open up the main panel, all right? And then I get into one of these little guys, which I normally just leave unzipped. I've got my, you know, my glasses case right in there. One thing to note here, this zipper is not rubberized, okay? So it is not waterproof, but it does hide behind a little flap right here. I think you're pretty good. Again, weatherproof-ish, not waterproof-ish. So you have 2 of those packed pockets. They're probably 6 inches tall, and they go the length of the bag. Okay, so pens, pencils, all of your little bags of things that you kind of want to have with you, like dongles and stuff like that, but you don't necessarily need all the time. It's good because you can put them right in there, and they're there. You don't have to look at them all the time. They're not in your way. Then for myself personally, I end up putting my my MacBook charger just right in this big pocket, just like so. And then there's a bag of like dates and chocolate almonds and random shit. Then we zip that sucker up. That is the front of the bag. Again, document pouch over here, and then our 2 sort of internal pockets with a larger sort of big pocket there. Now, before we get into the main compartment up here, let me just show you one more pocket that they have. A shoe compartment. This is all the rage these days. These kids are riding their bikes, you know, into work, and their bikes have all these fancy pedals that you need fancy shoes for. It makes their life more complicated. I don't know why they're doing that. But apparently it gives you more power or something like that. So there's a shoe pocket here at the bottom. It's got a little nylon sort of, you know, odory, like, hey, let's keep those things away. Let's keep the dirt off of our gear inside the bag. I've never used this. I don't carry shoes with me. The Fit Pack from Air very similar to this bag, by the way, in terms of materials and stuff. Also had that same sort of thing, a shoe compartment where the shoes go in. So if you're one of those carry my shoes with me kind of people, I respect that. You got a place in this bag just for your shoes. Now let's look at this main pocket, the main compartment. The main compartment, all right? It zips like this, so it opens. The front of the bag is out here. It opens like this. Inside, it is basically just one big old, completely open compartment, though there is a document pouch on the inside that's separated by a little piece of nylon and a tiny zipper. I've been using that to store like my papers, business papers with me. Business papers, man. Here I've got a sweater and an iPad Pro in there. Let me give you a sense of what this sucker looks like, just the size of it. Pull all my stuff out of here and close up the, So, it's big! Hello, hello, hello! You can see here the document container, or pocket. So that's 3 document spots. Well, I guess it's 2 document spots. One on the outside that is just thin, one on the inside that's just thin, and then you've got the one with the 2 pockets as well. You could put documents in there if you needed to. What's up with your documents, dude? I think you might have a document addiction. But you can see how big this sucker is. It's actually large. The thing is, it says 22 liters, right? 22 liters isn't that big unless it's just straight up a 22 liter sack. Then it feels kind of big. So this bag itself feels pretty big. More on that in a second. So, a very simplified approach to organization that we all need in our daily carry bags. I love that they've got the zippers and the creases, that they're simplifying and sort of minifying all the necessities of your bag, but it has enough pockets, there's enough space, there's enough room, there's enough like places for me to put my dongles without feeling like it's all just one big trash bag and everything's at the bottom. All told, the only improvement I could see in terms of the pocket stuff would be it's a quicker access pocket, a better quicker access pocket, so I can just quickly have my headphones and my glasses right on the outside of the bag. I didn't have to open up this larger thing and then get into there and do the thing. But I don't know, beggars can't be choosers. I like the simplification, and it's not that bad. It's not that hard for me to reach in and do that. Okay, a couple things I dislike about this bag. One is that it sort of gets this floppy look. Manal did this too. The bigger Manal bag gets floppy when it's not full of stuff. Largely, this is because they're using such big panels of fabric, and there's nothing that you know, it's not a very rigid bag. It's meant to be free-flowing however you need to use it. But unfortunately, the side effect of that is it gets a little floppy. Now, in my personal experience, I don't mind this very much at all. But I know if you're getting into this bag, it's probably because you like to look a certain way. The floppiness is going to be contributing to that in some way. However, it is great that you can fit more stuff. They have 2 other versions of their invisible backpack. I think both of them are smaller than this one. This is, again, the 3. So I would, for a daily carry, probably want to have one of their smaller ones, like the invisible backpack 1, the invisible 1. I don't know what they're calling these things. So there's definitely a little bit of floppiness that comes with the minimalism that this bag sort of touts. Now, the other thing I kind of dislike on this bag, but I understand why it is the inside material is just a little bit cheap feeling. I have a feeling it's not a very expensive material at all, and you don't need much here in this thing, so it ends up being fine. But I have to admit that the inside of the pockets feels a little bit cheap, just because it's that really thin nylon. To show you an example of a bag that also has a very simple aesthetic, this one from Rickshaw, just one straight pouch with a little pocket, and then they have Velcro on the inside for putting any accessories. The material all around on this bag feels great. It also has the same ethos and sort of almost spirituality of simplicity, but I don't know, they're doing it, they're also doing that, right? It's not as maybe as fashionable as a bag, totally. Maybe this is similar to it looks kind of similar to the Invisible Backpack 1 that they have, but I've always loved this Rickshaw because it's in their waxed cotton, waxed canvas, weatherproofish sort of vibe, and the materials themselves just feel really authentic. So the floppiness and then the material on the inside are my only 2 complaints about this bag. I don't want you to get the wrong idea here. I could give a crap about those things. I'm just telling you the truth. I noticed them. Okay, because all in all, I just love that this thing. I don't know. I think they really executed a great vision with this bag. It's simple. It's minimal. It has sort of a purpose and an intention as a designed object. And I love that. I love when my life gets to use things like this because maybe it'll help me have a little bit of a better vision for my life instead of thinking about, well, I don't know, all the bull crap I could be thinking about. I love well-made things. I love well-designed things. This is a nice, like, sort of consumeristic middle ground for, like, very accessible, good design. It's not made out of wax canvas. It's not made out of heirloom leather or something like that. It's made out of, materials you're used to seeing like this. But the design itself brings a kind of specialness to the use of this bag, and that's why I like it. That's why I like what this company PX is doing, because they want to give you more with less. Their less is more idea. Ultimately, I think on this bag, they nail it. I think they do a great job, and if you need a daily carry bag or like a really small minimal, like if you did some travel with this, if you could travel with minimally with just the stuff in this bag, you would love it. You'd probably love it. And if you needed anything on the road, you could go buy it when you get there. So I think it's possible to do daily travel, or not daily travel, but single bag travel with this thing. But it's gonna be tight. Throw some packing cubes in there, ratchet everything down. It's gonna be pretty tight. You're probably only traveling with one pair of shoes, even though they have the shoe compartment in here. Shoes with single bag travel, they take up a lot of space. Which is why mostly what this bag is it's just a daily carry bag. I would say a fashion-forward daily carry bag. More of your Kenneth Cole aesthetic, more of your cool, like London chic sort of vibe, but with like more of an everyday price tag, more of everyday materials. Okay guys, I have been Chase Reeves. As I've been doing this, I've literally gotten a comment on the YouTube channel. I love the questions you guys are asking. I love the comments, love hearing from you guys. Love when you share what bags I should look into. That's where this bag came from. There was a commenter, I sent them an email, and I sent the company an email, and they were super cool, and they got back to me and they sent me one. This is awesome. I could also use some help if you start sending companies emails on my behalf saying, hey, get in touch with this guy. I want him to review your bag. I don't trust your website, God damn it. I don't know. I love making these bag reviews for you guys, and I love getting to think about these kinds of decisions that bag designers are making, because it is important the role that a bag plays in all of our lives. So may your bags help you live a better life, not a life that's more about like, what bag should I get? Make some decisions and start doing the living. Make some decisions and start doing the living. If you make some decisions on your bags, then you start doing the living. Because these things are made to enable you to do something. So get off your butt and go do it. Make it happen. I've been Chase Wardman Reeves. As always, you can find me on Twitter at Chase_Reeves, and you can get used to what I do in my business. If you're an independent manufacturer, or if you want to be, if you want to create your own business, my dream is serving the independent entrepreneur. We do that at fizzle.co, because most businesses fizzle out, but there's more tools available than ever before to start your own business and start earning some revenue on the side. You can also check out my podcast, fizzleshow.co, where we talk about independent entrepreneurship and things that are interesting to indie entrepreneurs. Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.